at least 30 minutes because he swore to God that it was here somewhere. And he helped us look for that jackhammer. And he knew he threw it overboard.
My man is a sociopath. That is the definition of a sociopath.
But I didn't know any of that until I went back looking through footage and I saw him. I'm like, you threw it over. Then you looked at me.
And then you made me look for it.
Yeah.
That's funny.
It was funny, yeah.
Well, how did you get started in all this, content creation, videos, all that stuff?
Yeah, so I started back in 2016. A couple of my boys were doing the high school fishing, but I'm a techie guy. I like camera work. I like video editing and all that good stuff. So I'm like, look, we're gonna be fucking YouTube stars, right? We fish all the time. I'm gonna throw a GoPro on there and I'm gonna be a YouTube star. So, dude, I spent about a year back in 2016 making long format, pretty good fishing videos to get 18 views, and I just gave up on it and revisited it about 2020. Still tried to do the long form YouTube videos, and you just, dude, you can't. Everybody wants. Guggen has all the bass fishing shit on YouTube locked up, right? If you're not Guggen, YouTube is not going to push you on their long format videos. It's very, very, very difficult. So shorts, it's another story. We're all over the shorts, but YouTube is tough, man. But once I figured out that people don't fucking like me in longer than 15 seconds, I'm good. I can be really funny for 15 seconds, but if I go over that, people fucking hate me. So once I figured that out, then it's pretty easy to be funny 15 seconds at a time. And TikTok was just for that. And now all the other platforms are pushing the shorts, right? Instagram, Facebook, and even YouTube are pushing the shorts. So that's just heaven for me.
Hey, I want to interject real quick. So you said you're a bit of a techie. I'm going to pull back the curtain here. You wrote in the DM, what kind of equipment do I need? Remember, I'm fucking old.
I'm old. I am fucking old, right?
But
I am
knew.
a techie.
You knew all the gear you needed. You knew all of that stuff. You're just playing like you're old.
Well, but I've never done a podcast, and admittedly, other than a handful of Joe Rogan shit, I've never watched a podcast. So all you suckers got your little headphones and your microphones. I don't have any of that shit.
Yeah,
and I don't know if you're like, oh no, you don't have.
Yeah, you don't need to waste your you don't need to waste your money on none of this bullshit if you're doing video. Like, it took us a while before we upped our game, but we didn't know how much better it sounded until we actually got a mic.
Yeah,
and then Alex was like, 2 weeks later, had him a mic.
Yeah,
he really realized what it did. But I mean, we did this podcast for a year and a half.
A year.
With a year, I had a Snowball, a Blue Yeti Snowball mic that sat like 8 feet from me as I rocked in my reclining chair. Yeah. I mean, no webcams, no nothing. It was gangster as hell.
Yeah. So your podcast, people are going to watch this on YouTube, or do they listen on the Apple Store? How do they?
Both. It's going to be released on all that. It'll be on Apple Podcasts. It'll be on Spotify. You know what? We even hit the intellectuals. You can go on to Audible, where you get your audiobooks, and you can look up Bass and Brews, and somehow we're there too. We are Google Podcasts, YouTube, all of that.
Holy shit!
But the YouTube is very little. I think it's around 40 people watch it, which is good because we don't do anything with it. But we record the video. We have the video because this is personal, right? We can see when Alex spills his drink. We can see my belly button when I get up because none of my shirts fit. We can see our guests when they start to get excited talking about something, and we can dive into it. The video aspect of it makes it feel like we are sitting around a campfire, talking shit, talking fishing, and drinking.
Yeah. Well, sure. And maybe if you'd clean your beard up a little bit and
crazy
with your hair, the YouTube people may actually tune in. You never know.
He's got the breast for it.
I do. Look. I have, I've seen it. This is nothing new. People have done it, but like wearing a bikini out on the kayak this summer.
Yeah.
That's something I might do during a tournament.
Yeah.
I might do, but see, I don't record YouTube videos anymore because I like the techie stuff that you like editing. Yeah, I don't like to do any of that shit.
Yeah. I hear
Okay.
nobody likes to do that.
I want to go back to it, Paul. Like, you absolutely need to wear a fucking mankini, and you can just shoot with your phone. Listen, we'll figure out somewhere where we can get you a Bass and Brews one, where you know what I mean, like it's perfectly placed right where they need to be, right here. See, that's why we have the headphones on, because Mrs. Jabberhammer came in, and I'm talking about Paul being in a bikini, and she can't hear it at all.
I know.
Noted.
But anyways, yeah, Paul, you need to wear a Bass and Brews branded string bikini, thong and all.
I can do it. Sorry, my phone went off. I can do it.
Perfect.
Look, but I don't. Man, look. See, this thing about the YouTube. That's why I like TikTok. You know, it's for the ADHD craziness. It's fun. It's easy. I like how it was the first one that you could respond in comments with a video and all that good stuff. You know, I mean, come on, good times. Good times.
Yeah. Have y'all heard of Clapper? Clapper?
No, shit.
I don't mean that in a bad way. It's a good clapper. Clapper is it's like the whenever the bullshit with TikTok is going to get banned and all this stuff is
right.
Every the creators were looking for, okay, what's plan B? You know, what are we going to go to? And you have about 3 or 4 to pick from, and I picked Clapper. And Clapper's like it's a really poor man's version of TikTok. It's struggle to get through, but it's there, you know.
Yeah.
So I also dump all my shit over there just in case TikTok goes bad. But you never know. You never know which one of these platforms they're gonna.
Well, I think TikTok's gonna be good. I think the reports as of this recording were right when they said, I don't know if anybody's noticed the last 2-3 weeks. Their FYP pages being just jacked, like stuff from all over the place. And it's because they shifted their servers to the US. So US TikTok is going to be based in the US instead of China, which was the big deal. And then they've also, have you guys got the Discover page on your TikTok yet? Like when you're scrolling through next to the plus button, there's now a Discover button. And you can type in, it's a new feature they just rolled out this week, and you can type in like you're typing in, it's basically like YouTube. So SEO is supposed to be super important, all that, normal stuff that some people do. I mean, Chris doesn't, because he's got 250,000 people following him. He doesn't give a fuck about any of that.
Holy shit. Let me check.
I think you're at 224.
Really?
Oh, he said really, like he doesn't check. 222,000 people.
I don't look at the numbers a whole lot. Yeah,
I don't even have that many likes.
That's an assload of humans. That's like ridiculousness, huh?
Dude, that's way more than bikini, butt shaking tarpon girls.
Well, that's what's scary, right? Is you 50-year-old, ugly, fat, short Mexican dude can get on something like YouTube and get that many followers. I look at the young kids and I'm like, why are you working? Why don't you just make videos for a living and make money? You're an idiot.
They are.
Well, all of them should.
Yeah.
Does any of your success have anything to do with you living down Louisiana? So like the prehistoric wild lands of Louisiana with all the shit that, this huge explosion of people's minds of what they think about Louisiana. Does that draw people in? Like, do you ever do any like crazy Cajun shit on your channel? I haven't gone back that far, but
it helps, man. They're like, we fish almost every day, right? And if we lived anywhere else in the country, we couldn't fish almost every day, but we fish, and we actually cycle through a good number of bass all throughout the year. And what that gives me is a shitload of content to go through. But yeah, man, you run across stuff down here that you normally wouldn't, probably other places. And whenever you're a social media content creator like I am, you're always looking for stuff. Like just a couple months ago, I remember fishing in a place that I fished 100 times, but all of a sudden I noticed there's this houseboat that has broken off, and it's like in the swamp. I say houseboat, it's a barge with a fucking camper on top of it. But the camper, and it's in the swamp, but the camper didn't have any tail lights on it, right? So I do this video, and it takes me 15 seconds, and I do a little, and the caption is something like, the fucking Cajuns, they don't change their tail light, they don't get their tail lights fixed. 3 million views, and you're probably not going to find bullshit like that in Oregon or Iowa. Louisiana, yeah, you're
not going to find it. Not where I'm at, North Carolina either. I mean,
no, I think Paul hit it on the head. Actually, that like we don't have. I mean, we have pineys in New Jersey, but we're not that fucking crazy. Like that is fucking insane.
Where y'all at, please?
We're in the Southwest Louisiana, Texas border, and the Gulf Coast, down tucked away in the corner there. So we get like the beauty of where we fish too is we fish brackish water, right? So we can fish, we can be on a brush pile, especially this time of year when the water gets brackish, and we'll catch out of one brush pile a bass, a white perch, a redfish, a speck, maybe a flounder, right? You go out there and you don't know what the hell you're gonna catch.
So you're over there by the Sabine River, right?
The Sabine River, yep.
Whatever. Hey man,
fishing there tomorrow.
I got long A's. Sabine. At least I didn't say Sabine.
Yeah, I don't know where that is, but I know where the Sabine River is. We're fishing there in the morning. That's where we're gonna go.
Like we almost didn't get Chris on the show because he said I'd be down with it, but I might be frogging that night. Like, just so you know, this down south bullshittery that he's doing. He was like, I can't come on the world famous Bass and Brews fishing podcast because I might be frogging. Yeah. And it was in my head at first. I was like, damn, a lot of people fish a hollow-bodied frog at night. And then I was like, oh wait, no, he's from Louisiana. He's talking about.
We actually went frogging. Yeah, we went frogging. You ever been frogging?
No, I'm from New Jersey. What am I fucking frogging for?
No, New Jersey. Yeah, I've been to Teterboro and some other place. Anyway,
what the fuck is Teterboro?
Teterboro is where the airport is. I used to fly into Teterboro, New Jersey, to the Teterboro Airport. It's where the poor people fly in there that can't afford to fly in the big, and they drive over there.
Oh, that's all the way up north, though. I'm all the way at the bottom of the state in the.
He might as well be in Maryland.
Congratulations on that.
Yeah, way better.
So yes, we went frogging. We did good. Now, a lot of people, I don't know if you know this, but a lot of people frog. They'll gig, they'll frog with their hand or maybe a net, but we frog with blowguns.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, it's fun, man. We have a ball, but these are homemade blowguns out of PVC. I'll grab one and show you one day if I ever make the show again. We'll see. But, it's these little homemade darts. I have a little Zebco 33 on the bottom, and you stick it up here. And dude, I could probably punch you in the eyeball from 30 feet away, right? Damn. With enough force to get that dart in you that has barbs on it. But the beautiful thing is, like, we'll stick one of them big old bullfrogs, and then it's on, right? Then it's like fighting them back to the boat.
Yes. I was about to say, how do you get them back? But that makes sense. It's hooked to a line. That's fucking amazing.
We have a ball with that.
Why don't we have no videos of that?
Nobody wants to watch that shit, dude.
Bullshit.
If you go, so if you go to my YouTube channel, and I don't remember if I have a frogging playlist, but you can find it. I actually have blowgun videos out there that are like 10 or 15 minutes long, and nobody watches that shit, man. It's YouTube long format. If you're not a fucking Googan, you're not going to get any views. It's just how it is.
Hey, I tell you, you need to do a dart to table video. So dart it, reel it, clean it, cook it, eat it.
That'll be fun. And you're right. I could do that, but it would have to be in less than 30 seconds for anybody to watch it.
Listen, I don't know if folks go back, and I do want to hear people's opinions on last week's show. We had Mikey Balls on, and me and Mikey talked about how these live scope companies need to upgrade to where you can dual stream longer, right? Because everybody's got these fucking live scopes, and there's nothing more boring than watching some dude's ass as he's looking at live scope with a fucking spinning rod, right? So at least something where you could watch the live scope the whole time. Then you wouldn't have to be a Guggen. So you got to figure out a way to get a tiny, tiny camera onto that blow dart. And I want to see that motherfucker go into the frog, right? And then you reel that bitch all the way back in, and then you leave the dart in, and then you grill them with the camera still on it. You watch the whole process.
That sounds expensive.
I know. And you can tell this man has never had frog legs before because
I have had frog legs.
Oh, really? Well,
yes.
It sounded like you just want him to throw the whole fucking frog on the
Nope,
grill.
I did. Yes, it was for comedic effect, dickhead. I've had frog legs
did not work.
in Louisiana too, at a French restaurant in Nolans.
Oh, French restaurant. So you didn't get the real deal. You got the fake stuff.
Yeah, well, no, it's the French restaurant was on their busiest restaurant. It's the fanciest area. It's called Bourbon Street. I don't know if anybody's heard of that, but it's got all the authentic food right there. I think it was right next to a TGI Fridays, which is another little local establishment down there.
Are you done?
For now.
I feel like I got scolded by my dad.
You did.
Hey.
If he had
I heard you said something about short jokes. Are you short?
I am
very.
How short? Because I'm pretty
I'm
short.
5'7".
Yeah. See, I'm 5'7" on my freaking tippy toes.
Yeah.
So,
Paul likes to exaggerate it.
I was hoping you'd be like 5'4", that I would make short jokes with you.
No, what's really funny is Paul on one of the Queen City Chronicles started shitting on me for being short, not knowing that one of our guests was like 5'4".
What? Who was that?
I forgot his name. He's the dude that loads his Hobie onto like a Geo Metro or some shit, and he throws it in the back.
All right, so it doesn't matter. I mean, if you're short, you're short, and it's just part of embracing who you are.
Yeah, but you can't help it. It's fine. You can't help it. Exactly. Paul, on the other hand, is a fat piece of shit, and he could absolutely can be helped. It's less White Claw surges and more just walking. Like, you need to stop sitting in that truck.
He makes a good point, Paul.
I do need to stop sitting in that truck. I'm trying to make that happen now.
Yeah.
Trying to make that happen now for sure.
Are you filming out of your truck now, or is that like where you live?
Out of my truck? No.
It looks like
I'm actually in my hot ass garage filming with the fan on full blast. But yeah, my ass is sweating. I mean, it's rough. It's rough in the summer times recording this podcast. Got all these lights and shit on me. I mean, it is hot in this bitch.
Well, you know, everybody's favorite part of the show is hearing you talk about how tough it is for you. Never mind. Nobody fucking cares, Paul. Anyways, Chris.
I didn't say it for anybody to care. I was just giving our guest answering his question.
All right. I have a question, Chris, and this is from TikTok itself.
Yeah.
I let somebody know that you were coming onto the show.
We're not recording.
Shut up. We are. I can see live on it, dickhead. So I told somebody that you're coming on, and they had a question. So they want to know the inspiration for your skits. Is that coming from you, or is that coming from your kids?
Yeah, my kids are really just some worthless pieces of shit.
Yeah.
That provide no intellectual input to my social media videos at all, other than being in the front of the boat, fishing and acting a fool. That can be some good stuff. But no, man, it's like I have a list of shit. I swear to God, there's monkeys juggling fucking fire knives in my brain, just going back and forth. But I have a list of like just ideas, and usually I don't like to refer to my list. Usually I wake up in the morning and I'm like, this is what I'm going to do today. This is going to be my video. And, I'm going to walk outside and I'm going to take 30 minutes and I'm going to film it and I'm going to go edit it and I'm going to post it. And it just pops in my head. I really like when I come up with a series like the the dudes outside.
Oh my God,
the
so
two guys
good.
that meet at the barbecue.
Mm-hmm.
That was beautiful because now the idea is there, and then I can do like 10 different videos wrapped around that idea, and I don't have to
But you do it so genuinely.
relax for a little while.
You do it so genuine because honestly, I think it was the first one where it's like the two bass fishermen first meet and they're shitting on each other for the boats, and then the one guy's like, "Wait, hold on, I think that guy fishes salt water." It's like, what? Like that instantly is in, because I talk to anybody about fishing. Usually, it's actually the other way around here, where I'm at. Like they just shit on bass fishermen. But every time I'm like, "Oh, it's a saltwater guy," and I can usually tell the type of saltwater fisherman because if he's got like blood on his pants, that's been there for like 15 years, he's probably a good fisherman. But if he's wearing Salt Life and he's got a Columbia bucket hat on, I know that guy
and a belt with flags,
yeah,
and boat shoes.
Yes,
with no
boat
socks.
Shoes are comfortable. Boat shoes are comfortable. Don't fuck on boat shoes.
Ugh.
See, I'm a little unique too because my first love is catfish, right? I absolutely positively love to chase those Appaloosa flathead catfish, right? That's my favorite thing to do, but nobody watches those fucking videos, so I don't even do them anymore. But I love to trot line fish first. I love to catfish, hoop net. We have a houseboat on the river. We spend a lot of time on messing with catfish, but again, nobody watches those videos, so I don't even mess with them.
Is it a trailer with no tail lights?
Yeah, the whole thing. It was his houseboat.
The whole time.
We take care of our shit, man.
We make sure our houseboat lights are working. Tail lights.
So we catfish, we saltwater fish, we bass fish, we sockeye fish, white perch.
I was waiting for it. I was waiting for the sockeye.
So it gives me a little bit of a unique perception to make fun of everybody, right? Because I know a little bit about everybody. I get a lot of comments and they're like, man, make fun of trout fishermen or muskie fishermen. I'm like, all right, I don't know anything about them. Help me. I don't know how they act. I don't know what a fucking trout fisherman looks like or acts like. So I usually kind of stick in my wheelhouse. But yeah.
Those videos, I fell off on doing them. I was doing the like what your kayak says about you videos. And my favorite is how people are gluttons for punishment. Like we would have requests. They're like, I have a shitty sun dolphin. Do me next. And I'm like, holy shit. All right, man. Like, settle down. I'll get to fucking your shit up. Just give me a minute.
Yeah, but you weren't really mean in those either. Yours were a lot like Chris's, where there was a lot of truth involved.
Yeah.
But there wasn't a lot of meanness to it.
The only one I was mean to was that Brooklyn kayak, and it wasn't even on the people that fish out of those. It was that kayak is the fucking ugliest kayak ever. It's the worst shaped one. It looks like a bathtub fucked a turd. Like it is the fucking worst kayak I've ever seen.
Hey, it floats.
Yeah, so does a turd.
Not if you're healthy.
That's true. That's true. I'm not. So.
Do healthy turds sink?
Yeah, because it's good fiber content and packed good. You got a lot of floaties. You're probably not eating enough vegetables and fiber.
I'll check.
Yeah, well, Chris, how did your bowel movement go this morning?
I don't know. I didn't.
You don't look at it?
I didn't do the reach around to see if it was floating or not.
Wait. You don't do that every time? One, at a man at your advanced age, you should be looking at those movements every time.
Why would? Yeah, I don't know. It's to me. For me, it's more of a feel. I don't. I need a visual inspection.
Look, why
that hurt, man. I should get something checked out.
That one wasn't right. That was too many quarter pounders. Fuck.
They put cheese on that one. Damn it.
But y'all got to admit, bass fishermen are the easiest suckers to make fun of.
Oh, 100%.
Bass fishermen, and I can say this because I'm one of them.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, there's no bigger prima donna. They're so easy. It's just so easy. Thank God for my content that I decided to be a make fun of bass fisherman channel, because the content is it's unending.
Like,
yeah, 100% that. And like in the kayak side of it, people thought that it was different on the kayak side. No, it's the same whiny crybabies and
So
bullshittery.
you two are kayak bass fishermen?
We are.
Yeah, I do both, but I
Mhm.
don't own a boat. I just have friends with boats.
So
Yeah.
you only kayak fish? Like,
No, not at all. It's not even remotely accurate.
when was the last time you went pond hopping, Paul?
Ugh. What
Yeah,
the fuck?
exactly.
I'm not a peasant. I'm not standing on the bank fishing like a peasant in a pond.
No, yeah. We're
Who do you
both
think
kayak
I am?
guys. We're both kayak guys.
Primarily.
And the kayak bass fishing is, Paul's absolutely right. The content writes itself with how fucking ridiculous. Because it's the same one. It's the same weekend warriors that are in their glitter boats. Meanwhile, their kid hasn't had fresh diapers in fucking 3 weeks because they got a $1,000 a month fucking payment on a boat, right? All because they think they're going to be Kevin Van Dam. It's the same thing on the other side. They got these expensive ass fucking kayaks with live scope on a fucking kayak.
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
I didn't know that. That's so let me get this straight.
boat.
So
Yeah.
on the kayak side, you have the guys that have the express of the kayaks, which is the cheapest, shittiest boat, but it's really the best boat. Nobody knows that. But
Well, hold on, real quick. No, the cheapest, shittiest kayak is like having a John boat that's been cut in half and welded back with JB Weld.
flex
An
state.
express would be an upper to mid level range
Okay,
kayak.
fair enough.
Okay,
Point taken.
let's get
But
that out there right now.
Okay.
They're not quite tit for tat.
And then you have the bass cat guys.
Yeah.
So I did not know that you had that range in kayak. So you get to you have a kayak tournament, or let's say you get to the boat launch, the kayak launch, and there's 10 guys there. Everybody's looking at see who has the good shit and the bad shit, and the people that have the good shit like get to launch first because
No. Usually they're the last ones to fucking launch because they've got 9 million electronics to fucking hook up because they think they're driving the fucking Death Star. It's usually actually the guy who's in the piece of shit Walmart special who gets out there first because all he's bringing is a fucking 24 pack of Bush Light, one spinning rod with a rooster tail, and a condom. That's it. And that's what he heads out with.
And
he doesn't even do the paddle. He just kicks.
They had like a was it $25,000 kayak that sold at the Bassmaster Classic this year.
Wow. I didn't know that. That's inspiring for me. In that, and you know what for me, it's mainly that opens up a whole new fucking avenue of potential content to make.
I was about to say, we'll link up, man. We'll link up. You shoot me some kayak insults. I'll shoot you some redneck insults, and we'll put the videos together.
I like it.
Yeah.
Alex can't shoot you any bass boat insults because he's never been on one.
I have been on 2 bass boats a total of 6 times.
They were in his buddy's driveway
but
at their
I've
house.
Been on drift boats. I've been on drift boats in Alaska and on the Columbia River.
Yeah,
that's not bass fishing.
It sounds like you need better buddies.
No, I just have poor buddies. I was in the military. Like, we're not rich. We're not like Jump Master, who's like, I don't know, the dude eats like the end of, he eats a whole banana. I guess that saves him money so he can buy a glitter boat. I don't know.
And he fishes every day. He's just
how is that guy defending our country? Like, he literally fishes every day. Somebody needs to call his supervisor because he is fucking.
I think he is the supervisor.
No, he's enlisted. I'm gonna call his his O1, his like shitty ensign or whatever they call him in the army. And this dude isn't doing shit. Like, he's full NCO status where he just gives the marching orders, then leaves.
All day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the kayak world is it's the same as the bass boat world. We're just people go out there, spend money, try to win money, and 99% of us, are not. You're losing it. You better be having a good time. If you ain't having a good time, you better show it. You better wear it on your shoulder and your chest for everybody to know that you hate fishing.
And also by by wearing on your chest, that doesn't mean you getting a fishing jersey and putting all the logos that you like on it and then calling yourself a professional fisherman.
I understand.
We have there's a whole Go ahead, Paul.
No, I wasn't saying anything. I was mumbling under my breath because you're getting on a soapbox.
I know. That's why I pulled myself.
The river's raging, and you're going to sink.
No, I pulled myself off of it.
About the sponsors.
Hey, look, Alex. All right, hold on, real quick. Alex is just an angry, grumpy ass. He ain't even old. He's just an angry, grumpy ass person.
Yeah.
And so he gets on his soapboxes about stuff he doesn't like. And sometimes he can't, Chris, sometimes he just can't let it go. Like, it's just.
Well, the best therapy is to just talk shit out. And why not talk shit out on a podcast where you can have some support?
Yeah, I mean, so if everybody wants to go back to, I don't think I raged too much last week on it, but if you go to Paddler's Playbook, I was on Drew's podcast, and I know I referenced it there. Like the competitive guys who live this fucking fairy tale that they're going to be the next fucking big thing in fishing, ruin fucking fishing for me because they look like fucking assholes wearing all these stupid fucking logos on their shirt. And I know people who do it, and it's literally like they have a jersey, they paid money for the jersey, and then just went to like Google and got like Zoom, 6 Sense, and fucking whoever else, and they just cover the jersey in fucking logos. You look like a stupid ass fucking NASCAR car. It fucking frustrates me.
Alex doesn't tournament fish, has never tournament fish.
No,
he does not. He's never been in that realm of any kind of competitive fishing
because I think it's stupid.
Like, yeah, he does. If you just take competitive fishing of any type, little club sports or any of that shit,
I'm okay.
Alex
with that.
just lumps it all together into is stupid, and it really comes down to he's just pissed because if he ever did win anything and got to go up to the scorers table, he'd have to stand on a stool for people to see.
Man, dude, Paul.
I was gonna listen to
kudos to you. Way to fucking wrap that around into a short joke. That's
look, I was gonna listen to Hooligan FL on TikTok and not do no short jokes today. But I had to drop that one in because the shit just flowed so good. I mean, I'm on my second White Claw surge and things are starting to make sense now. I can see clearly. Now that the rain is gone.
Well, to your point, Alex, there are, I'm in the competitive fishing world, right? So there are way more guys that look like good fishermen with their glitter boats and their patches and their funky jerseys and all that good stuff that are not good fishermen. Right. But they look like they're good fishermen.
Right.
When you have a hammer that's a good fisherman, that dude does not want to be noticed. Talk to nobody. He don't want any recognition whatsoever because he wants to fly under the radar and catch his freaking fish and take all your money.
That's great. I can respect those guys on the local scene. I can respect those guys. I got no issue with that. But Chris, I don't think you understand. Motherfuckers in the kayak world are wrapping their kayak.
Yeah. Or now here's my question. Are they wrapping their kayak because their sponsors are paying them to wrap their kayak?
Sometimes.
Or are they paying themselves to wrap their kayak with their sponsorship? So they call their sponsor and they're like, "Hey, do you mind if I get a logo to wrap my kayak?" And they're like, "Well, yeah, I'll send you a logo."
No. It's even worse. People are wrapping their kayak with their fucking Instagram handle on it. Like, shut the fuck up.
Hey, look.
You see that in the bass boat world too. So that's not only a kayak thing, but again, the guys that wrap their boats that are actually getting money from sponsors and it's helping pave their way.
That's fine.
That's good.
Yep.
But the guys that the hammers out there that are catching fish and winning tournaments, they don't want their fucking boats wrapped, man. They don't want anybody to see them. They want to fly under the radar. Right?
Look,
So
if you can't fish good, you need to look good, because fishing is fashion and the ramp is your runway, baby.
what he said.
We got to put that on a t-shirt, Paul, but it's got to be, the front of it has to be you in a bikini with a paddle. With a paddle. Dude, that's the video right there. We do like that quote as you're walking with your paddle to like some RuPaul stuff as you're walking like down the boat ramp. Boom, million views.
I'm not shaving my ass cheeks though. They're just
No,
gonna have to be
absolutely not. Who shaves their ass cheeks? Chris, you shave your ass cheeks?
So this podcast goes downhill the later it gets.
Oh, yeah. It does.
Oh, but we come back uphill at some point. I promise.
Yeah. It's like a Viagra ride. It starts high, it gets low for a little bit, and then we end back up.
Yeah. How do you know what Viagra is like, Alex?
I mean, it's what I heard. I figured Chris, being at his advanced age, he's like, fuck you. Go ahead, get your Fiji water in there.
How old are y'all?
I just turned 28.
He's the most unhealthy 28-year-old ever.
28 going on 70.
I'm 39.
I'm
like
41.
Real talk. Yeah,
I'm 41.
So I'm definitely, you should call me sir.
Well, no, you're not that much older.
Yeah,
you're like that
Paul.
one. You're like that stepbrother from another marriage,
In
right?
the South, if you're
Who's
an
like-
hour earlier, you get called sir.
No, you're that stepbrother. Like mom got remarried. The dad has like kind of an ornery older kid, and like we kind of like you, like we kind of look up to you, but we also know that you're a fucking train wreck, and like we're really just watching your steps to not follow them. That's kind of the relationship.
Holy shit. Okay.
Wow, that was a
Yeah,
lot. I'm sorry, almost.
Hey, this
Yeah.
is the
I had
this is
fun,
the
guys.
worst
I'm out.
fishing. This is the worst fishing podcast. We hardly ever talk about fishing. I mean, we'll talk about fishing. We'll get back there, but what we love is to get the story of our guest, and then we just let you take it. It's your podcast, so wherever it goes, it's because of you.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's talk about Senkos. We're going to talk about Senkos.
Yeah, you want to talk about Senkos?
No. But
Yeah,
No,
nobody
okay.
wants to
Well,
talk
damn.
about Senkos.
My Cinco got excited. Now you just ruin it.
All right, Chris.
Crazy.
So I'm from an area where we have some supernatural stuff that has to deal with the water, right? You're in an area that has kind of some of that weird shit too. Do you fucking believe in any of that shit?
Well,
Like the
Oh,
swamp ape?
Paul, can you translate for me?
Yeah, they have the Jersey Devil up there, which is
We do.
completely and not even ever existed. It's fake as hell.
Okay.
But down in Louisiana, they're like ghosts and shit.
Swamp
That's
ape.
real down there.
Yeah, we have some shit in our Louisiana swamps. I have a couple of videos coming up that I filmed, but I haven't released them yet. But yeah, I've seen some shit, dude, that's unexplainable personally. Like me, not my grandpa saw this or my uncle said he saw. This is me. I've seen some shit.
What did you see?
I saw some shit. I can't tell you because it's
a
okay. I'll
video.
tell you, dude.
Yes.
I have seen some shit. One time, I'll tell you that I was frogging. Right, I was out there by myself. I was 25 years old, 3 o'clock in the morning, and I was out there frogging by myself. And way back when, you remember we didn't have the kick-ass headlights we had now. You had those little headlights that would do about 5 foot in front of you.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But for emergencies, you also used to carry a 12-volt Q-beam with you, right? Just for emergencies, because that bitch would only last for about 30 seconds and then it would be dead.
And you could fry fish on it in that 30 seconds.
Yeah. So I was frogging, and I glanced. I was in this narrow cut, and I glanced just in front of me, and I was in the front sculling, right? And I glanced in front of me, and I saw something. There were some overhanging trees, and I saw something in the tree, and I'm like, what? There's something in that tree up there. And I saw these 2 eyes, and these eyes were glowing green. And not very often do you see green glowing eyes in the swamp. Most of them are pink or orange or red, but these were green. And I remember being like, what the hell is that green eyes up there? So I reached, I took my headlight off, and I grabbed for my spotlight, and I hadn't turned my spotlight off back. And I noticed his eyes, without any light on him, his eyes were still glowing green. And I'm like,
What?
that's a little weird.
That
Why
ain't a
the hell
spider.
is his eyes still glowing green? So I pulled my spotlight up and I hit him with that spotlight, and those green eyes came to life and they just went. Poof. And he was probably 40, 50 yards away. So I didn't get a really good look at him. But guys, that whatever it was that was up in that tree dove into the water like a freaking monkey, like head first, and his arms were outstretched in front of him, and made a splash. He never came back up. And I don't know, to this day, I don't know what in the hell that was. Green eyes up in a tree, and I think it was a damn monkey. I don't know what it was, but it looked like a monkey to me.
Or a crackhead.
What would it could have been a crackhead?
It could have been a crackhead. It could have been a meth head. Like,
and then he dove head first. And I remember my grandpa. I went the next morning. I had a bunch of frogs, and I went to my grandpa's house so he could help me clean them. But I remember asking. I told my grandpa the same story, and he looked at me. Papa Edie looked at me, and he was like, "Oh, that was a beaver." And I was like, "A beaver? What?
how much?
A beaver?" And he's like,
cough
"Oh yeah."
syrup? How much cough syrup did Grandpa have at that time?
He said, I've seen that many times in my life. Them beavers will get up in them trees and they'll dive into the water. And I was like, Grandpa, you so full of shit. It wasn't a damn beaver, man. No, that was a monkey monster, Cajun monkey. I don't know what it was, but it was.
Hey, after it jumped in the water, did you like get the hell on up out of there? Or just keep on frogging?
I was scared, dude. I make fun, but that freaked me out a little bit because I've grown up in the swamp. I've been in that. I've been to corn. Nobody has spent more time on the river than I have out in the dark by myself, wading through the freaking swamp looking for frog. And that I don't know what that was. I don't know what that was. It scared me. And not only did I haul ass out of there, but 40 years later, I have never been back in that.
Fuck no, I wouldn't even.
Look, I got chills listening to that story. They're multiplying.
So one, I can't believe you got so scared by the nationally famous Louisiana tree beavers because they're world renowned for hanging out in trees and just diving in with their green eyes. But no, that would freak me the fuck out because I feel like sometimes as anglers, when we're out on the water, we go really early or it's really late, right? And we see some kind of like fucking weird shit sometimes because, you know what I mean? The more secluded the spot, the better the fishing, right? Sure. So we see some weird shit.
Oh, we see some weird shit. Yes, sir.
Especially in the swamp. I mean, there's a lot more critters in the swamp than there is.
Well, I feel like
our bodies
fraud.
Of water.
Like you got Chris on YouTube. I go by Swamp Rat Fishing. Yeah, you're from Louisiana. That's way more swamp rat than me. I'm in New Jersey.
You have swamps in New Jersey?
Yeah, dude. The whole southern portion is just swamps. Okay. Yeah.
I like it.
The reason I brought this up is it was a question that came up a long time ago, but it was about like the redfin pickerel. And there's a whole deal with that. Everybody can go back to an episode on that, but it has to deal with this pickerel used to bite off toads of Quakers to feed it to the Jersey Devil.
Okay.
It'd be a jackfish too, not a pickerel.
It'd still be as fuck off, dude. I fucking hate you so much, Paul. Like,
what do y'all call pickerel in Louisiana where you at?
We don't have pickerel, dude.
They're jackfish, ain't they?
We don't have that.
No, they don't have that there.
No, yeah, you have to get a little further north to have pickerel. I've caught pickerel before, like in Kentucky Lake and places up north, and I'm like, what the fuck is that? I don't know what that is. And we whatever Googled it, like, oh, that's a pickerel. So we don't have them.
Old toothy ass bastard.
Paul's the only person. When I take that back, people from North Carolina are the only people that I've heard call it a jackfish, and Paul's dead set that that's the fucking name for it.
Look, it's not the scientific name, but that is the name that is referred to it as when we catch them as a fucking jackfish.
Ridiculous. How about a couple weeks ago we had Andrew Blair on, right? Snakeheads. You guys got those down in Louisiana yet or no?
Maybe we have so many fucked up names for different fish. Right? Do you know any other names for it?
Dragon. No. I mean, they're snakeheads.
Yeah.
They say they're super. They are not native to North America.
I had an argument with a dude in the comment section of it because I'm like, I do a lot of Appaloosa catfishing, and we argue back and forth, blah blah blah. And come to find out, Appaloosa cat is a flathead catfish. I don't know.
It sounds better. Listen, you guys,
it's an Appaloosa catfish.
You guys have better names. I'm gonna tell you what. There was way long ago. This is going way back when I was in an Instagram group with this one girl, Largemouth Sass, I think was her name. I can't remember, but anyways, I like to catch crappie a lot, right? Catch a shit ton of crappie. She was from Louisiana. And she called sockeye, yes, and that is the fucking best name for that fish. It makes it sound fancy, like it's something like if I saw that on a menu, I'd be like, "Oh my god, I'm being treated tonight. This is glorious!" Like, oh, we're gonna eat sockeye. This is amazing. It sounds way fancier than crappie.
They taste better than crappie, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Let me introduce y'all real quick to Eli.
Yeah.
Eli, what's up?
What's up, man? Dude, I love watching. I love watching you act a fool on the front of the boat, man.
I know.
His hair is amazing.
Oh, he's so embarrassed now.
He's going.
Oh, he's blushing.
Is that better? That's better.
For put a hat on. Listen, we all saw you without the brand. Hat. This isn't edited.
Brand.
Yeah.
Eli is probably at least 40% of the content of what makes us special.
Slackline hook setting. Slackline hook setting.
Everybody gives him shit for his hook sets. And I give him shit for his hook sets. But I swear to God, I've hook set to put in the boat ratio. Oh my God, this little kid, he freaking kills me. And I'm like, maybe I should be setting the hook harder. I don't know. Because what the hell? You get something in the boat all the time.
Yeah.
But people make fun of us a lot on social media because they're like, all you catch is dinks. You never catch any big fish. Your kid is always fucking up. That's
real fishing.
For every 100 fish we catch, one of those I make a video on, right?
Yeah.
And it's always the one where he does something stupid. He misses a fish, he does a ridiculous hook set, or he falls out of the boat or whatever. Nobody wants to see those fish catches where it's an 8-pounder and it's a good hook set and nice boat flip, and you hold them up to the camera. I've tried that. Those get 100 views.
Honestly, if you're a content creator and all you want to do is have these nice videos of you catching whatever size fish and it's all smooth and released, and you're like, it's bullshit. Nobody likes fishing. They don't watch nobody gives a fuck because we go catch that stuff all the time, right? We want to see the other stuff. It's the extra stuff. It's the goofy ass Eli slackline.
That's what we are. We're the goofy motherfuckers that do other stuff.
Hey, yes. If you wanna be famous, and I've said this numerous times before, and I reiterate it because it's been a while. If you wanna go viral, hook yourself, hook somebody else, or shit your pants.
Well, we haven't tried that yet. Maybe we should try that.
Shit your pants, yeah.
What? We haven't shit our pants yet. We've hooked each other.
Well, I know we should try that. Well, yeah, but
you shit your pants. Yeah, no, like Eli. Here's what it is.
I would shit in his pants.
No. I was going to say, Eli, you record a video where you're like, hey, I woke up before Dad, and you slip some like magnesium into his coffee.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Dang.
And then you wait for it to hit him when he's on the water. Chris, just so you know, magnesium is like it's going to make you shit your pants. Pretty.
Actually, it's not just it's just not
what is
magnesium.
Stop.
It's
no.
potassium.
We're out.
Look, I guarantee you, your boy already knows.
Or
here's the deal: we already know that you, in one of your videos, we already know that you don't have no toilet paper in your boat and you ain't going to the banks or to a bathroom. So we would get some poo content out of that one.
Dude, poo content's the best too. How about this? You guys do a challenge. You guys take a shot of that magnesium, potassium, and see who can hold it before they shit their pants.
Oh no, I'm gonna have to write that one down. Yeah,
Listen, I'm gonna take 10% of the profits.
So out of nowhere, this dude wipes. They commented on one of my videos or whatever. So I'm like, I remember seeing them on Shark Tank way back when. So I'm like, they're big. I'll follow them. So I followed them and on Facebook. Dude, that is the best page ever to follow on Facebook. Every morning I wake up and I click on Facebook and
Showing
it's like,
your age, Chris.
Dude Wipes has a post and it's something about who's taking a shit yet today. And it was like 942 comments. I'm thinking, what's the best shit you've ever taken? It's like it's the best channel ever.
Listen, Dude Wipes, reach out to Bass and Brews. I will do a daily here's how my shit went with your product videos. Like instantly. I will I mean, we're pretty steadfast on that. We're not sponsored, and that's because we're not going to change our content. But I will not change my content. But I will do in-depth poop videos for you, Dude Wipes.
Oh my God.
That's not no politics, no religion, no slurs. Have fun, no shit content.
Did you write those down as like notes up there? I see you looking off to the side.
I did, yeah, because I don't, man. If you would have said like, don't say fuck. I'd have been like,
Wow.
I said fuck.
Well,
I don't
again,
know.
Again, let's pull back the curtain. Let's pull back the curtain. Chris did say in a message here, he says, and I probably say fuck a lot more than your listeners are used to.
Yeah, no, I retract that statement after 30 minutes on with you motherfuckers.
Eli, have you ever heard of the Bass and Brews podcast? Honestly,
not until he told me I had.
Okay.
The first thing I showed
hope you're not listening to it. If you're under 18, you probably shouldn't listen to it.
The first thing I showed him though was your logo. I said, dude, I'm doing a podcast, and he said, a podcast, Dad? You've always said no. I'm like, I know, but we need to try it eventually. So I'm like, but look at this logo, man. And he's like, whoa, that's an awesome logo. Let's do that one. So here we are.
It is an awesome logo. And let me tell you something. All of our logos are skeletons and skulls because that's the only thing Alex can draw.
It's the only thing I know how to fucking draw.
Literally. Sorry. The only thing, that's why all of our logos, if you see anything else, stickers, it's all skeletons and skulls.
Like, honestly, skeletons have nothing to do with this fucking show at all. But nope, that's the only thing I know how to fucking draw. And it also takes like the alternate logo, the one here. It's like a head skeleton exploding. It says Bass and Brews.
Okay.
That took a fucking year to do because I'm fucking stupid and it takes me forever.
Look, I can't draw a crooked line, so I ain't gonna make no.
My favorite was Paul was like, "Hey, draw me a logo, like Jabberhammer logo," and I was like, "All right, cool, but it's got to have fucking skeletons because that's the only thing I know how to fucking draw." like maybe a skeleton head that looks like a hammer, and I can get it to you in about 2 years.
Yeah. I can draw a skeleton too, but he's going to look just like a stick man. That's all I can draw.
I can't even draw a stick man. One arm's longer than the other.
I mean, stick man, you can't even fathom that with how fat you are, Paul. So I don't even know how you can figure out a stick man. You can't even look at yourself as a
Hey, I got messages saying that the fat jokes were kind of too much now.
Nobody said that. Nobody said that at all. Everybody loves the fat jokes.
Hey, man, that's why we're here. If we can't pick on each other, who can we pick on?
Our guest.
I don't do that. Eli, I just told him the story of the when I was frogging the monster that jumped
everything.
The thing that jumped in the water.
The monkey. The monkey.
No. It was a beaver, Eli. It was obviously the famous Louisiana tree beaver.
It was
we see those all the time diving out the trees. It's normal.
Exactly.
They use their tail. They use their tail to get some lift, so they can fly.
They start flying up.
Yeah.
Papa Edie's full of shit. He's 97 years old, and I promise you, dude, because I've done it many times. He's 90. He's 97. He's an old man. He might be 100. I don't even know. He's my grandpa. And if I were to tell him this same story today, he would say the same thing. He'd be
Yeah.
like, "Oh yeah, I've seen them in the beaver."
Oh, that's going to be the next guest. We got to figure out how to get him on the show. We got to figure out how to get him on the show. I just want to hear him ramble about these fucking tree beavers.
Well, that could be bad, but maybe I don't know.
All right, Eli, since you're here, the weirdest paranormal type thing you've seen out on the water.
Out on the water?
Well, you got something other than the water?
I don't even know if I ever told you about this.
Oh.
But one time we were frogging, and it was way up north.
It's always frogging.
It always is. It's always at nighttime. And I was out in the spotlight, and I look up every now and then because you see cool stuff when you look up on the bank, deer or whatever. And I looked up, and there was some dark man-looking figure. It might have just been a meth head up in the woods.
I said that earlier on his other story.
Look, I'm pointing to the no slurs.
No. It's fine. Meth head's not a slur. Not a slur. They are not a protected group.
Dude, meth head lives matter. Sorry, I shouldn't say it. Wait, where was this?
Up Serpent.
What?
You know where that really weird abandoned like factory looking thing is?
I'm
right
scared
there.
of that place.
Oh yeah.
We ain't
See,
frogging
you
back
guys
there no
got
more.
weird shit. Like, okay, so we have swamps in New Jersey, hence the name, right? But like, you guys' swamps are something different. I don't want to even fuck with that. Like, I mean, I kind of do.
I told
but
you
I
their
don't.
shit was real.
Yeah.
The Jersey stuff's all fake. The
No,
shit
Jersey
down Louisiana
Devils
is real.
Jersey Devil is probably real at some point.
Yeah. One of our most viral videos across all platforms we got last year. We were pre-fishing for his high school tournament, blah, 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 but we were on our local river system, but we were in a place that we had never gone before, and we're idling, and I look around and I'm like, I grab my phone, and Eli's like, what are you doing? I'm like, this is a video, dude. And in a 15-second video, I saw a Breaking Bad meth lab trailer. Okay. I saw a donkey on the bank, a fucking donkey, and
I
a
fucking love
shrimp
Louisiana.
boat, a sunken shrimp boat.
I fucking
Okay.
love Louisiana.
All in one frame. And
Was it the Jenny?
the video was like only in Louisiana. Breaking Bad meth lab, a donkey, and a sunken shrimp boat.
That's perfect. Hey, Eli, I got a question.
Hold on. No,
Hold
hold
on.
on. No. I got this.
No.
How
Hold on.
about the tree? How about the tree face in the video that you
Yeah.
posted on the
Oh,
hook
yeah.
set?
Forgot
That's
about that.
fucking creepy.
I don't even watch that video anymore.
That shit is creepy. It took me like 3 times to finally see it because I'm colorblind, so the shit doesn't stick out to me real well. But when I saw it, I was like, "Oh fuck, he is smiling right at y'all."
You
So
should have
weird.
seen our reaction the first time we saw that. I mean, we just thought it was a cool video of me breaking off and getting mad.
Yeah.
And there was a damn freaking god looking at me through the tree.
Yeah. This is 6 months later, somebody commented on that video and they're like, why is nobody talking about the face in the trees? And we're like, yeah, well, I saw it first. I'm like, the fuck is that face? And he's like, the fuck is that face?
We ain't going back there either.
All right, Eli.
Yes.
So Eli, you fish high school bass
Yeah.
tournaments.
Yeah.
What's the shit? Paul, we're gonna toe the line here for a minute. So what's the high school fishing groupie scene like?
I don't know, man. We don't. So us fishing, we for some reason are not a very social people. We keep
Okay.
to ourselves. So we don't really venture out into those
It's-
gatherings.
It's genetical.
Like,
Genetical.
so Ethan,
Like-
Ethan fished high school too. Okay?
Yeah.
And one time they were driving to a tournament, and on the way they saw this hotel, and there's probably 10 other teams on the high school team. They saw this hotel, and all of the other high school teams were having a barbecue outside in the parking lot. And they had everybody there. They didn't even invite Ethan to Cruze. we just don't deal with other people.
Like you don't show up to a high school party with your Letterman jacket with the bass on the side of it or the back and roll up on it. No.
It depends on where the party is and how much food they got.
There we
Hey,
go.
Chris,
He
you're
knows-
raising
he
him
knows
right.
how to get
I
the most
guess,
out of it.
kind of. You're raising him to be a gentleman. That's good.
Oh, I don't know about all that.
More secretive than anything else.
That's good, man. Gen Z's smart about hiding it, right? Or Gen A
Hey,
or whatever it
you
is
can't
now.
look. You can't be giving away all your fishing spots now, right?
No, don't tell nobody.
Well,
down there.
that's the thing about high school fishing, right? It's like it's a high school fishing team, and it's a team, and let's get together and let's talk about how to catch more fish and share spots and how we. And we're like, well, bro, we're competing against y'all. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to tell you anything about how we're
I
catching.
was gonna say, you're kind of like, fuck you. We're still gonna fish this water when we get out of high school. I'm not giving up shit.
Look, we got Saturday and Sunday tournaments too.
Yeah, we
like, I
got-
don't want all my shit on
Well,
tournament day.
even in the high school tournament, right? You're still competing against your fellow teams, right? It's not a team tournament; it's an individual tournament.
Craziness. I wish I had high school fishing when I grew up.
Oh man, fuck football, baseball.
Oh, easy now.
Oh, shut up, Paul. Shut up, Paul. You weren't a real fucking football player. You were a punter. Shut
But I
the
was a
fuck
real
up, Paul.
wildland firefighter.
Oh, there it is. Fuck you too. You got kicked out of that
You
job
brought
for
it
being
up.
so
You
fat.
brought it up.
No, I
You
brought
brought
up
it
that
up.
you were a failed punter. Paul
You
talks
brought it
about
up.
how he was a because he went to fucking Tar Heels, whatever the fuck that is, right? UNC. Not on a scholarship. He was a walk-in like Rudy to become the 8th string punter.
That's okay. Alex doesn't even have a high school diploma, so he can go fuck himself.
He's fucking right. I don't. I have a GED.
Anyway.
Thank you very much.
These same jokes are getting really old. They really are. We got to get new ones.
Well, they're new for us, so
Yeah.
No. I think we haven't brought up that you were a failed athlete in a long time, Paul.
Oh no. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, every episode.
No. I mean, well, they look at you and they see your body and they know that you're a
Uh-huh.
failed athlete.
I let them know before they even see me, though.
dude, you should see the tits on that bitch.
Listen, in the green
Look.
room, Chris was like, "Hey, is there anybody hot on this show?" And I was like, "Not really, but Paul's got a solid D cup rack."
Hey, if we just showed my cleavage, you might be like, "Oh hell yeah!" And then I'd come into the camera and be like, "Oh man, nightmares." Oh man,
dude,
the
wait, that would
second
be-
worst sight I ever saw was the beaver jumping out of the tree. The first sight was my cleavage.
Oh man, Alex, I see you have a bunch of 6 Sense stuff on.
Yeah,
Or you what's that relationship?
I'm not as
pays
cool
he
as
pays
you.
full price
Yeah.
for every single bit of it, but he
Yep.
loves the shit out of it. He loves it. He pays for it. He buys it, and he's got more. He's got everything they've ever made, and he only throws the stick bait.
God damn.
Holy hell! Did they send you all that shit for free?
Nope,
No,
I paid for
no.
all of it.
Yeah,
I don't get fucking shit.
We get our free box.
Yeah, no, I don't get shit for free. I love 6 Sense. I think they're a great
Clout worm,
company.
That's all he uses. Is
Clout worm, dude. The clout worm, if you want to talk about Sankos, because everybody loves talking about Sankos. I swear by the clout worm. I think it's better than the Gary Yamamoto worm. There's something different. I fish tidal, kind of like you. That June bug red clout worm has caught me all of my biggest fish ever. So
Yeah. Dude, we love 6 Sense, right? We're big 6 Sense fans. They sponsor us. We're part of the pro staff. But what 6 Sense I think understands is that if you have let's say the top 5 bass fishing channels across all social media, and if you add up the followers of those 5, number one, they are not professional fishermen. Okay. But those top 5 have more followers than every professional fisherman combined. Right. So what 6 Sense understands is that the future of product advertising in the fishing world is not with the pros. It's with the content creators, the good content creators. And they are they're doing really good, man, with the Josh Jones, the Milliken, and and Captain.
Yeah,
Tom.
it'd be really great if they would answer my emails to sponsor this podcast. It'd be awesome.
Hey, what's crazy about that too? Talking about it is, these other lure companies, when one of their anglers wins a tournament with a specific lure,
Mhm.
right, that lure pops off.
Yeah.
And they sell the shit out of them. And then boom, 2 weeks later, it fades away. It's not the time of year. Not people realize that the body of water that they caught them fish on, that shit don't work.
What was that? The
all
X
this
Zone.
stuff.
You're specifically talking about that X Zone flatworm that
Well, just
pollinates through.
anything,
Yeah.
almost anything, especially when whoever wins the Bassmaster Classic, if they win it on something that's what's going to sell like hell.
Sure.
But what companies like 6 Sense have done, where they're taking that social media approach like they have, you're getting these companies that have a more consistent product buying, because more of the bank anglers are seeing that stuff, and it's just out there. They're out there more consistent with the people that are seeing it and buying it. That's also the social media side.
Also, Paul, you're 100% correct. Also, like whoever does their graphic design, you're fucking killing it, because almost all of my like normal t-shirts are 6 Sense. One, I love their product. It's great, but it just looks good too. So why not wear it? Like I wear the shit out of it. Like they look good. The Waterland sunglasses look dope as hell. And they're cheaper than Costas, like, or Costas, whatever you want to call them. Like, no, they're a great company. Like I said, I'd really love for 6 Sense to answer my emails. It'd be really great. My kids have been eating top ramen since spring because I had to buy so much.
And we get approached by obviously companies all the time to do some kind of partnership or whatever, but we only have one sponsor that we work with consistently, and that's 6 Sense. And the reason for that is that, dude, they treat their pro staff amazing, right? There's like, if Berkeley would contact me today and be like, "Hey man, we want to partner with you," I'd be like, "No, man, I can't. I
don't know, man. Berkeley's a big company.
I got the hottest girl in the market. Why am I going to leave and go? I can't do it. I appreciate you, but I can't do it."
I can't wait till we title this
like
episode.
Berkeley's like Vanna White. She's still beautiful.
Yeah,
past her prime. And then we got 6 Sense is what's her name, is like Kendall Jenner or whoever, I don't know, like whatever. I mean,
all right.
I don't
Here's
know.
something
Anyway,
I will say.
I'm trying to think of another Justin Bieber. I don't know. You know what I'm saying, though.
All right, all these jigs are like caught up, right? And I play with these all throughout.
All right, hold on, time out. Chris, thank you. Now we're going to have to go through every one of his fucking 6 Sense lures for the next 2 hours.
No, just real quick. Here's my only thing. I like fishing a swim jig a lot, right? That's
swim
like,
jig.
Yep. So the Divine swim jig is phenomenal. This fucking screw keeper can go fuck itself.
Yeah.
I hate it.
Why?
It jacks up my plastic when I try to screw that thing on. And honestly, it's my fault.
Yeah.
But if they can make a dumbass Alex version where I don't have the screw head on the swim jig, I'd be much better. But Cajun Crush, that's the money.
He also throws those jigs off all the time because he ties like
I launch a shit ton of jigs because
we throw swim jigs a lot. I think swim jig, and I'll tell you in a second, another bait is the most underutilized baits on the planet. Swim jig. My Lord,
if he says Senko, I'm fucking ending the broadcast right now.
Yeah. But the other one is, and 6 Sense, speaking of 6 Sense, they make a chatterbait box, right? They make a box. You know how they have their little tackle box?
Yeah.
Custom cut for there. So we have a bunch of them, and they make one for chatterbaits.
Yeah.
Well, they don't make a fucking chatterbait.
Correct.
Make a chatterbait, dude. But man, that jackhammer, holy hell, we catch so many fish on a jackhammer. And they're
something
like,
about 'em, man.
the $18 for a jackhammer. Who would ever pay 18? I'm going to pay $18 for a jackhammer because I've gotten my ass kicked by these fools because I'm too stubborn to fish a jackhammer. So I've got the normal, the normal chatterbait.
Chatterbait.
And I'm 8. They got me beat 18-1 and out the back of the boat. I'm like, give me one of them $18.
Listen, Jacob Wheeler, what is it? Dustin Connell, Adrian, and Mark all had a podcast episode, right? Where they talked about their favorite chatterbaits.
Yep.
It was really funny. They went around. It's called Rate the Bait. It's actually one of the best things I feel like has come out from professional fishermen, because even if they're not like they talk about baits that they're aligned with professionally, right? And sometimes like Adrian Avina is with Pure Fishing. And he said, like, they don't have the best chatterbait. Like, Slobber Knocker is great, but it's not the best. But old Jacoby Wheeler had the best comment of this whole fucking podcast when he said, well, I don't fish any of those. I fish a local guy, because he just steals the idea of the jackhammer and sells it for $9.
I remember that. Yeah.
Right. And then we're like, well, who is it? And he was like, I'm not going to tell you because they're going to get a cease and desist right away. Like, he was smart about it. Right. Like, that's the move.
Yeah. Oh, I'm cheap, right? I'm not paying $18 for a.
You did. And then Eli's friend tossed that fucking bitch over the side.
That was mine.
When he says it's his, it was mine.
I mean, you bought it for him.
Because where he got it.
Yeah.
He got it from my tackle box. Anyway, but like normal chatterbaits, man, they do their thing. But a jackhammer, it works in 3 dimensions. It does this, but it also does. It has a different action. It not only acts like a bait fish, but it acts like a dying bait fish because of all the herky jerky movements. And man, I
love the chatterbait because where I'm at, the chatterbait has pushed the swim jig to be so much better. Because every swing. Oh, is he wearing pants today? Oh, he is. Good job.
I think he had
he might have. No, so everybody throws a chatterbait, so I throw a swim jig instead. Because every swinging dick throws that chatterbait, and I can go with a silent swim jig, and I get better. I get way more hits, right? But there's some spots on the river that I fish where I have to like pull myself back. Where like, oh no, I need to throw that jackhammer now. Like, there's nobody here. There's been nobody here for years because of the Jersey Devil and the Flying Beavers, and like they haven't seen this fucking thing. You know what I mean? We throw
a jackhammer probably by default. The only time we'll replace a jackhammer with the only time we'll replace a jackhammer with a swim jig is if there's grass or cover.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. But if all things being equal, we would much rather throw a jackhammer.
Yeah. Well, also, you guys said you don't have the pickerel on it strong. So my what I don't like about throwing a chatterbait, because we have so many pickerel, is they are a fucking pickerel magnet. And there's nothing worse than hooking into a 12-inch pickerel that fucking bites off my line. Yeah, because I'm a kayak fisherman, right? So I don't deal with weight, just length.
They're
kayak guys. I mean,
we're kayak guys.
I had to pick a podcast, and none of the good ones invited us, so I had to pick. The kayak guys.
Hey, but you can say fuck on this one. You can say fuck on this one.
You can't say fuck on this one. You can't say fuck on Serious Angler, which is probably the best kayak fishing podcast out there, but you cannot say fuck. Bailey, you need to lift the fuck gate.
Oh man.
But anyways, there's nothing worse than like a tiny little piece of shit pickerel that breaks off braid on a jackhammer. It fucking frustrates me.
And maybe shoe pick. Do you know what a shoe pick is?
It's a bowfin.
A bowfin. Yeah.
Oh.
Bowfin?
Yeah. No, we don't have. Well, kind of have them there. Yeah, we do.
That's our pickerel. Those
Yeah.
It's gone.
But those motherfuckers are like
No,
8 pounds, and they will come blow up on a topwater frog like a goddamn tornado. And you're screaming for the net, and you have the lake record on, and you get him halfway to the boat. You're like, it's a
actually, and maybe what's funny is I'm from New Jersey, and New Jersey isn't even like we have analytics.
This is at least. I'm going to interrupt him right now because is at least the 18th time he has tonight said, "I'm from New Jersey."
Okay,
like you don't have to keep saying it, Hoss. They know. Chris knows by now. Our listeners know by now.
I think it's really funny that
written down. Alex, New Jersey. Paul, North Carolina. The Jabberhammer.
He took notes. I watched him in the green room write the notes. But that's the only species. So like snakehead have pushed in on some tidal rivers here, and it's a hot commodity. Snakeheads look awesome, but from my understanding, that's the only fish they pushed out is the bowfin, the New Jersey bowfin, which is fine. Like fuck those guys.
Why you don't have the Jersey accent though, or is that
because he's from Washington?
I'm originally
State.
from Seattle.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I fucking hate Seattle. It rains there.
Me too. I was 18 years old and I joined the military and I got the fuck out of there as fast as possible. So
then you discovered sunlight. It's a sunlight. What's that giant ball of
Yo, people make jokes about it, right? I specifically remember working at McDonald's as a 15-year-old kid, and we were going through a really bad stretch. And by that I mean we had no sun for 2.5 months. God. And we had a sun break, and literally my manager at McDonald's was like, "We're going outside." And they just stopped the whole production of McDonald's to go outside for 10 minutes till the clouds rolled back over.
Sunlight.
Yeah, dude, it was listen, it's beautiful. They have great mountains, all that shit. They also have like the worst culture. By that I mean it's all like no culture. Like everybody's just like, I like everything. Like when my dad first came out here to the East Coast, I love the East Coast now. When he first came out here, he says, "Man, everybody's so opinionated. And they're assholes."
What?
Opinionated. And they're assholes. And I was like, yeah. And he goes, "Yeah, I can understand why you love it here." I'm like, yeah, this is my people. Like, I was always this way. I was just born on the wrong coast.
Yeah. Do they make fun of your non-New Jersey accent?
No, I can do it the other way because they don't say the word water right over here. And it's gotten to the point where my kids fuck it up and I have to like fight with my wife because she's born and bred.
They can't pick on Alex because his wife is like 110% New Jersey. And so she makes up for all his shortcomings because she's good. She's Miss New Jersey. I mean, look, she probably slaps Alex in the face every night before bed, and that's how she says "I love you." I mean,
so I put the kids down and I come downstairs and she's like, "What's up?" And I was like, "Oh, I have podcasts tonight." And she goes, "Oh yeah, you fucking stupid little thing, right?" I was like, "Oh yeah, cool. Thanks, babe." Yeah, she does listen. So instead of saying water, they say wooder.
Water.
Yeah. WUDDER. Wooder.
Water. Do y'all say fixing her?
What?
Hey man, I'm fixing to whip your ass.
Nah, we don't fucking say that.
You don't say fixing.
We say fixing to. Fixing to.
Fixing to. Yeah.
Yeah. In Washington, they would say none of that. It'd be ultra proper English, annoying.
Yeah. Wow. Emily Post.
No, I like. Okay, so it's beautiful in the state of Washington, right? We've had some people from the state here, and we definitely have some listeners from like Oregon, and Oregon's a whole nother beast. They're like the Louisiana of the Northwest, as in they are white trash rednecks, which is great. It's awesome. I love them. I love what they do down there. Washington is so just boring. It's.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel bad. I don't know if my dad's watching. He loves that state. I fucking hate it. Yeah.
I've spent a lot of time up there, man, in Seattle and Pullman
or Puyallup. Which one? Pullman or Puyallup?
Where the big university is.
Pullman.
Pullman, yeah, and then
Pullman.
Spokane.
Yeah, that's Eastern.
It's fucking cold and wet and rainy and
Yeah. So Washington is a unique state. Here's a fun fact. It's the only state that has a mountain range, a rainforest, and a desert all in one state.
No shit.
Hey, I fought fire in Hell's Canyon.
Did you?
Yeah. Fucking terrible.
Yeah,
But terrible.
Have y'all seen this little thing?
What is
Is
that?
that a chip clip?
No, it's a lid clip. He's trying to do a product.
I'm not plugging these guys at all. Eli was just fucking with it and it was annoying me.
Eli was like, "Oh shit, he's trying to."
So you took it from me and was like, "Go to your room, boy."
This little thing, it clips on your. It's supposed to clip on your hat, right? And it's some clippers, right? It's magnetic.
What's it called
now? Lid Rig. These guys contacted me, and I'm like, "All right, it looks cool. Send me some shit. I'll look at it." So, but you clip it on your hat.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, all right. So I clipped it on my hat. Let's see. Like so, it clips right there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I can fucking see some shit on the brim of my hat, right? And I just looking at it. I'm like, it kept just pissing me off. And I'm like, I jerked it off but I put it on my pocket.
There you go.
And I'm like, the few times I had to retie my shit, I'm like, where's my fucking and I would grab this little thing off my magnet clip. I'm like, this is the best little product ever.
So
man.
I would have to be attached to some kind of string or wire for me.
Correct.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I would lose it pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Also, Chris,
I would set it on my lap. You got to understand, we're in a kayak, so we're doing everything sitting down. So you set it down, put it on your lap. Before you know it.
But everybody's known about this product in the kayak game for years.
Really?
Yeah.
That's not true. I've never heard of this before until tonight.
I've got 2 of them on my boat.
Okay,
Yeah.
I've never heard of this before in my entire life, and not only that, I've been around a lot more kayak anglers than you. I've never seen anybody with one, so you're wrong.
This dude contacted me because he's trying to get into the bass. The fuck?
He knew? Oh, wait. What's the other?
Trying to get me into the bass fish.
This
He's
might
trying
be a
to get
new
into the
brand.
bass fishing world. So
Yeah.
I was like,
So what's it called again?
lid rig.
Lid rig. Okay.
And again, I'm not trying to plug a product, but it was Eli.
Oh, look, we'll plug anything we can on here just in case they're like, man, I want to sponsor these guys. Thank you. Like, we'll plug anything for free, at least once or twice.
Yeah.
Hey, being from Louisiana, I'm obviously somewhat a little bit definitely overweight because I love to eat along with some other stuff, and I love food. The one time I did get to go down to Louisiana, it was for a bachelor party. Went down Bourbon Street 2 days. I hardly drank.
Fridays.
All I did was eat. So do y'all do a lot of cooking at your house? Are y'all that kind of Cajun Louisiana cooking?
Dude, we cook every night.
Is it something you caught, killed, or trapped?
We try to. So we do a lot of duck hunting. So probably at least twice a week, we cook some kind of waterfowl, whether it's ducks or geese, squirrels, deer. I'm not much of a deer hunter, but a lot of my buddies are deer hunters, and they give me shit. Hogs, pork. So we cook a lot of wildlife, and we cook a lot. And if you think about it, man, there's 364 and a quarter days out of a year. That's a lot of meals, and we probably cook 300 of the 365 days out of the year. Something. So we cook a lot of wildlife, man.
How about nutria? Y'all killing and cooking nutria?
I've never been desperate or hungry enough to eat a nutria.
Listen.
But I have shot many of them and sold them. The Louisiana, man, they were fucking up the marsh down in Cameron back when I was in high school, and man, they were paying $5 a hide for.
And that was like at least 40 years ago, so it's got to be bad.
That was in the early 90s, maybe late 80s, and you'd go out there and just with a 22 and just slaughter them and bring them. And they would hand you cash.
I visited Louisiana. I did the New Orleans thing, right? But I was in Pascagoula, Mississippi for 7 months.
Mhm.
And we were hanging out at a hotel, basically. My whole ship was sitting at a hotel, waiting for the ship to be built or waiting for acceptance, right? So we can take
I
the
thought
boat.
y'all had to ship on a trailer in the hotel.
No, fuck you,
Like it
Paul.
was a
You know
bass
that's
tournament.
not true. Anyways, and we were sitting there, and the hotel, it was called the L'Enfant Inn. Specifically remember it. But they said, hey, we're going to treat you guys because the boat finally got accepted. So the whole town was really excited about it. So they came in and they drained the pool at this hotel. Again, it's like 150 Coast Guard members in this hotel. They drained the whole pool and they filled it full of fucking crawfish. And the next week, they were sitting there and they kept putting in water, and we were trying to figure it out. And I guess they were like just trying to filter them out, right? And we ended up having nutria and fucking crawfish was it was one. Crawfish are fucking delicious. Nutria not so much. It's fucking tastes like shit.
That's
I was
funny.
just like,
That's awesome. I've never had nutria, but crawfish, man. We eat craw. We eat
the
that.
mud bugs were great, bro. They were I can't get my wife to eat them. After like all these locals came out and they were like, hey, we call them mud bugs. I was like, all right, cool. And then he's like, I ate my first one. And he's like, oh yeah, you got to eat it and then like suck the back out of it. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. And he's like, we call them mud bugs because they're basically fucking bugs. And I was like, well, shit.
Just a little lobster. Little lobster.
Not really. No, I mean they're basically bugs. I told my wife the story, and Amanda refuses to eat crawfish now.
Well,
but
you know they're
delicious.
in the cockroach genome or family or something like that. Roaches and and
they're
and
delicious
those,
though.
They're all shit. I look if roaches taste that good, I'll start frying up some damn roaches too.
Listen, I will tell you, we went from the worst introduction to Mississippi to the best. Because the first introduction.
Chris, go ahead. Sorry, didn't mean to cut you off on purpose.
Yeah. So the first introduction is we had to go to that this inn. So our whole ship had to go down to accept this boat. And the first night we had an officer get sliced from his wrist down to his elbow in a bar fight.
Holy
like,
crap.
Yeah, like medevaced off of it, of the highway. It's fucking gnarly. Dude couldn't like work his hand right. It was crazy. And then the town, I feel like, felt bad for us. So then every bar we went to, shout outs to Thunders and Magic Moments in Pascagoula. We just didn't fucking pay for drinks for like a whole month. And we were there for a long time.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Hey, Chris, I got a question back on you and not Alex's gallivants around Mississippi.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, so when are we going to see you on Swamp People?
Swamp People. What are they're the alligator people?
That's alligator hunters.
Yeah.
Yeah, we tinker with alligators a little bit, but we usually just shoot them without a tag. Alligator meat isn't the best, but it's good.
It's all right.
If you need, so they're a pain in the ass to clean.
Yeah, it's like a garfish. Gar meat's delicious, but man, it's like a full-time job trying to fucking clean that bastard.
Yeah. So I'm not, I'm not going to do the gator people. They'd have to pay me a lot of money to do that. I would do it, but it would cost them.
You probably got more TikTok followers than anybody on Swamp People.
I don't know. Are they even on TikTok?
I don't know. They might be, but might
they're
not be.
on Clapper. They're on Clapper for sure.
There's no fishermen on Clapper. I think I might be the only fisherman.
You already know that there ain't no fish. There ain't no anglers on Clapper, huh?
No, there's not many.
There's a lot of catfishers on there, but not the kind that we're talking about.
Hey, do you know Shelby Stanger? You over there around neck of woods where he's at? Do you even know who I'm talking about?
I don't know who you're talking about.
Okay, never mind then.
Sorry, I'm
Paul
sorry.
just tries to
It's all
name
good.
drop.
He just threw some shit out there. He didn't
Yeah.
even know who they are.
All right, Chris. We are
Yes.
getting to the most judgmental portion.
Hold up. Before we get there.
Paul does this
I
every
just-
time.
I know, but look,
Mhm.
I got the soundboard and you don't. I was just kidding. Go ahead. I just wanted to interrupt you.
Thanks. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, we're gonna get to the most judgmental portion of our show.
All right.
And that's gonna be the shotgun round,
Okay.
right?
Well,
Hold on. Hold on.
No, let him
Go
talk.
ahead.
It's a minute 36 in. I am about to piss in my
Oh,
pants.
go.
We told you go tinkle.
And
Fine.
I
Go
can
Go
go,
take-
Pete.
Yeah,
I'm
tinkle.
I'm in Louisiana, which means I can go pee out my back door. I don't even have to run to the bathroom.
Hell
Dude,
yeah,
that's
dude. Go
awesome.
piss.
You don't
We'll,
have you don't have a
we'll
seat to
bullshit
lift
for a minute.
up.
Yeah, get it,
You
dude.
don't have a seat to wipe clean.
I
This
was
is
wondering
awesome.
I was wondering if I could pee in my office, but I should probably just run outside.
You should.
Yeah. It's
So
me
it's
smell it.
funny, and I think we've told this story before, but the first episode that I had Paul on, I had to piss in a bottle underneath
Twice.
it. Twice, because that was the longest episode we've ever had.
No, it's not the longest. It was the longest up until that point for
Correct.
sure, but it's
Yeah.
definitely not even close to it's not even the top 5 longest.
It's got to be.
Mm-mm.
No.
No,
All right.
not anymore.
Hey, so stay tuned. I think we have some changes to the show coming up.
Oh God, here we go with his fucking stupid changes, y'all. Every time he's tried this has failed miserably, and he still keeps doing it.
don't
Like
have
this
any
fucking.
changes.
This is a good segue because
Yeah.
like this stupid ass background is terrible.
Yeah.
All
I
we
like
see
this
is
background.
we see 2/3 of your right boot.
Yep.
Of your kayak,
Yep.
and then like nothing, just dingy ass Jersey water.
It actually looks
Like, I don't
really good.
I mean,
Yeah, so-
what is up with this background? I want.
Yeah,
I want
so
my
the
Baton Rouge
background
shit back.
looks
You know what?
really great when you have
Mhm.
two people on, and I've been used to so he's an idiot and covered it up. Now pull that one off. You
Boom.
use background.
Here we go.
Yeah. But I've been
I
so
wonder if
used
Chris
to
notices.
We'll see.
But we
I-
don't. We on a podcast with 2 people. We're a podcast with 3 people most of
No,
the
no,
time.
I've been so used to it. Let's see if he notices.
It took me a little while.
That's all right, man.
The stream ain't quite what it used to be.
I know, man. You remember when you were like 12 years old, you could piss over a car and never get a drop on the hood or anything, and now, you know, you got to sit down to pee at night because you're not sure if it's going to even go in.
I love
Me
a
too.
good nighttime sit down to piss. I'm all right with it. All right.
See, when I wake up, I hate lights. I don't want to turn lights on. I hate
Yeah.
lights. When I
Bro,
wake up, I want it dark. I don't want to go turning on a bunch of fucking lights and shit. Then if I turn on a light, I will not go back to sleep. It could be 1 o'clock in the morning. If I turn a light on, I'm not going back. And so, you know, my wife gets up to go tinkle in the middle of the night, and I done pissed all over the seat, and she's turning lights on and cussing and hollering and screaming. So, you know, now I just go sit down.
Yeah.
And hope I don't miss the toilet and fall over and bust my head open.
Thanks, Paul.
Anytime.
All right,
I'm
Chris.
I'm here to make people famous.
This is going to be the most judgmental portion of this show. But before we get to it, I want to give
Hey,
you an
Chris.
opportunity.
Yeah, hey Chris,
Oh, my
just in
God.
case you forgot, Alex is from New Jersey.
Have you spent any time reading through the comment section
Yeah.
of my Facebook channel?
No,
Oh, no, I
because
don't-
I'm well,
Yeah.
one, because I'm under the age of 45. I don't do Facebook.
Yeah. Well, you have to do Facebook because Facebook pays the best.
That's
No,
right.
we don't.
True.
We don't. No, we do this for free.
They-
And we really like to not to. So 6 cents
Actually,
if you could.
Alex does it. Alex pays
Yeah,
to
I
do
pay
this.
for all
I
of
do
this,
it
yeah.
for free. I'm a freeloader. But you are right that Facebook does pay good. But Facebook also has the most fucking insane comments of any platform
Yes.
of anything.
Yeah, I don't fuck
It is
with that.
fucking
Oh, yeah.
ridiculous.
So
All right,
judgmental. There's nothing you can do to me that the Facebook comment warriors have not already done.
Well, we'll
the
see.
difference
But
is here. The difference is here. Alex is so mad because I'm interrupting. The
he
difference is here.
he does
won't
this on
hear-
purpose too.
You won't hear or read any of these judgmental comments. It's what they say to themselves. So
Yeah.
it's kind of worse because you don't get even to defend yourself. They just say it to you, and you have to just accept it. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah. Okay. Hit me.
He
All
doesn't
right.
care.
So before we get there, I'd like to give you an opportunity to, shout out any sponsors, any, anybody you'd like to sponsor or shout out now before we get to this portion.
Yeah, I feel like you're setting me up for failure. So
Not at all.
I'm going to pass on all that.
Okay. All right.
Well, it's too late. Too late.
That's fine because listen, we're about ready to hit. We're gonna hit the world famous shotgun round, where you could be elevated to the serious angler level,
Yeah.
or to the darkest waters.
And this is world famous, right?
World
Panama.
famous. Listen,
World-
we are
Across the whole fucking world.
Yeah, Panama.
No. Listen, we are the
Just
number
canal.
one podcast, still 2 years running, the number one podcast that is stationed out of the Panama Canal. So,
I've never been there, so okay.
yep. A lot of people haven't, but I found out that I could list our podcast out of there, and that's how we win.
And they don't fine you for bullshit.
Nope, exactly. So here's how it's going to work. We're going to do some rapid fire questions to you.
Mhm.
I know we talked about some rules before. Here's some on the spot rules. I want your right off the cuff answer. No political. No, by political, I mean like, well, it could be this or that. No, none of that shit. I want your instant reaction
No
to
problem.
these questions.
Okay.
Go.
Yeah, that was decent. Are you going to spend more on a rod, or are you going to spend more on a reel?
Real.
Ooh. He
Okay.
knew the answer to that one.
Right
think
out
he-
the gate.
Yeah.
No problem. You want
Yeah.
to talk about it, or we're going to move on?
We
No, I
can.
mean,
We can.
no, it's fine.
Like, are we buying high dollar reels, or are we buying moderately high dollar reels?
I'll tell you what. I gave my oldest son Braden. I gave him my Cypress Port Swing company worth hundreds of thousands of dollars whenever he was
Shit.
old enough to take it. Right. So in appreciation for Christmas, he bought me a NRX. You know what an NRX is?
No.
An NRX is one of those $800 fucking rods. Okay, it's magical. It's
A
beautiful.
rod?
A rod, right? $800 for this rod, and I use it in a lot of videos because I think it's cool and gets a lot of comments. But anyway, I have this rod on a Shimano SLX DC. It's amazing. Right next to it, that's my chatterbait rod. Right next to it is my swim jig rod, and I have that also on a SLX DC reel with a 1999 Walmart fucking Shimano rod. I swear to God, I cannot tell the difference between the two fucking rods. They're exactly the same. If you would swap them, I would never know. I'm not a rod guy, man. The rods they're the fucking same. I don't know.
But we've also figured out you don't have to cast because you have those DC reels. So when you're heading to go fishing, is it hype music or is it slow jams?
It's 70s and 80s rock, whatever that means. I don't know what you said, but 70s and 80s rock is the only music that ever made sense to me in my brain.
Yeah.
Anything
that
else,
makes sense.
That's hype music to me. I mean, you have a few ballads.
70s rock came out when Chris was 40, so that's good.
Okay, moving on.
Moving on. All right, you got 5 hours on the water, right? Do you want 5 2-pound bass or 1 8-pound bass?
1 8-pound bass without a doubt.
Wait, say that again.
1 8-pound bass.
I gotcha.
Without a doubt. Yeah. You want to talk about it, or are we?
No. I'm trying to remember the rest of the questions.
Crocs or flops?
Wait, what?
Crocs or flops?
Crocs, dude.
My man.
I personally have probably been responsible for keeping the Croc fucking company in business for the last 20 years than any other person.
Yeah.
I wear Crocs 99.99% of the time. Not only do I wear Crocs, but I have a pair of church Crocs. I have a pair of dress Crocs. I have a pair of going out Crocs,
Yes.
a pair of fishing Crocs, and Crocs
about-
are the shit.
All right, Chris, I'm going to throw it out there. How about Hey Dudes? Have you tried those yet?
Dude, we were at ICAST last year. We went to ICAST and we stumbled across.
A little bit of a flex there. I gotcha.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Is that a flex?
A little bit. You were like, oh, I was at ICAST and I
Okay. I don't understand how that's a fucking flex because it was miserable. But okay. we were at ICAST and we stumbled across those people.
Yeah.
And they're like, hey man, we have shit that's like Crocs, like just like what you're wearing, but they're cheaper. And I'm like, talk to me. And yeah, I still wear Crocs. So I don't know.
I like the Hey Dudes for hanging out around town. Crocs for fishing.
I like the word dude. I'm a big Lebowski. Are we a big Lebowski people?
Oh, I am. Yeah.
We is. We be.
Yeah. So I like dude. I'm a dude.
All right.
So Alex completely fucked up the question that he asked about the 2-pounders and the 7-pounders.
I covered it.
7-pounder, not 8-pounders.
I got
3
enough.
hours of fishing.
Oh
He
my
just
God,
completely ruined
You're
that.
the worst.
He's
What was that question supposed to be?
In a 3-hour session, you want 5 2-pounders and 1 7-pounder. I mean, first of all, he came up with these questions, and they have been asked on every single episode ever almost, and he still can't get it right.
Yeah.
I'm really, really upset.
Because I'm drunk as fuck at this point.
Yeah.
He's gonna spill his drink in his lap again.
When we're done, I have questions for y'all.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey,
questions.
wacky rig or Texas rig?
Yeah, Texas rig for sure. Fuck a wacky rig. Because I am so impatient. Now, in all fairness, have I gotten my ass handed to me with a wacky rig? Yes, I have. But so fucking slow.
What about a flick shake, like a weighted wacky?
Still slow as shit.
It's fast.
Yeah. No, wacky worm, it has its place. I get it. I understand. I've gotten my ass handed to me enough times to know what's up.
I mean, it sucks.
It
sucks if you have any vegetation.
No.
You're fucked. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a last ditch effort. We were at Eli and Malcolm won a tournament at Sam Rayburn it was 3 weeks ago. And we had a good morning bite. Sun came up and the bite just fucking went to shit.
Yeah.
And Eli said, let's go throw wacky worms on Friday.
Under docks.
And I'm like, fuck you. I'm their boat captain, right? And I'm like, I'm not going to sit here and watch you throw wacky worms. I'm not doing it. I'll die. And he's like, Dad, I really think. I'm like, 1 hour. I want 1 hour of throwing frogs in that beautiful hydrilla. If you don't get a bite, then maybe I'll enter. So anyway, he threw frogs in the hydrilla for not a bite. And he's like, all right, let's go. And we went across the lake to this beautiful, these beautiful cypress trees in about 4 or 5 foot of water. I made a video on it actually. His first fucking cast with his wacky worm off a cypress tree, called a 4-pounder.
Nice.
And I'm like, oh. And he ended up catching, his next 3 keepers on that wacky worm, and won the tournament with that wacky worm. And I would never have caught those fish because fuck that.
Yep.
I would have gone down in flames throwing my frog in the hydrilla.
Well, speaking of going down in flames, how do you feel about pineapple on pizza? Yes or no?
Yeah, no, I'm since I'm not a fucking alien from Uranus, I'm not having pineapple on my pizza.
Alex is an alien from Uranus.
I love pineapple on pizza. Let's continue on the food.
Okay. Hold on.
No, hold. Do you eat
Okay, yes.
largemouth bass?
What?
Do you eat largemouth bass?
Fuck yeah, I eat largemouth bass.
Hell, my
Fuck
man,
yeah.
you damn
Awesome.
right. Look,
Now, I will tell you, okay. So we as a family do not keep largemouth bass on bodies of water that we tournament fish on. Okay. Why? Because we're not fucking idiots. Why would I keep bass on a body of water that I'm competing on for
What happens if they're
fucking
little
money?
ones, though?
I'm not doing that.
All
I
right.
know, right?
Okay.
But throughout history, yes, man, I don't have any problems with other people keeping
I mean,
bass
I
or
figured you
bass or
would have
shit.
because you said you frogged. You're
Yeah,
definitely, if you're eating
because
frogs, you're definitely eating
frogs
bass.
and largemouth bass, they're about the same.
look, the best tasting largemouth bass are 8+ pounders.
Stop, Paul. Stop.
Biggest
Paul.
fillets, best eggs.
Now, so you guys probably don't know this about me, but I'm a geneticist in my real life, right? I'm from the medical side of things. So anyway, what I know is that a 8-pound bass is the equivalent of about a 6'7" human, right?
Yeah.
A 9-pound bass is about the equivalent of a 7-foot human. A 10-pound bass is so on and so forth. So you go on, and if you fillet a 8-pound bass or a 9-pound bass or a 10-pound bass, you're taking those genetics out of the pool, right? So in my personal opinion, you should never, ever, ever fillet a 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 pound bass just because of the genetics, right? Keep all the fucking 2, 3, 4 pounders that you want. I really don't care. As a tournament fisherman, I care because you're lessening my chances of taking your money. But, ethically, I don't care. You keep everything you want.
Good point.
So Alex is like a 3/4 pound bass, genetically speaking.
Did that make sense though?
No,
Yeah,
100%. Yeah.
And I'm 100% not kidding about it. I'm just kidding. I don't
He's
keep no
kidding.
big ass fish like that. Like
He
not
also
at
doesn't
all.
catch. He doesn't catch any fish in
Whatever.
general.
My average is Alex's PB, so whatever.
Not even true.
Speaking of food, have you ever eaten beaver?
No, never eaten a beaver. I
No?
was thinking, yeah, no, I've never.
At 50 years old, you've never eaten beaver.
Yeah, I've done pretty well for myself in my life.
Yeah.
Never.
Oh, you live in Louisiana. I
I've
thought
never-
everybody ate beaver down there.
We've never been quite hungry enough to have to revert to beaver or shoe pick or Nutri-Rat.
Okay. All right. One, sorry, Bass and Brews fans. They were waiting for the vagina reaction, but he went full the intended purpose of this question.
Well, you got to understand. You're
You
talking
saw us
to
a pinky up.
You're
Hold
talking
on,
to a
hold on.
true
Let's stop this real
country,
quick.
Southern
Cruze has had that
Louisianian.
pinky up all night, and I just want to call it out. He's had the pinky up all night.
Emily Post.
He's already
Emily
ready. He's already ready to be in a Hobie kayak. He's dead set for it.
And for the record, I have two. They're called sneak boats, right?
Oh.
They're called the Sneak. They're fiberglass sneak boats, 9.5 foot long, trolling motor on the back, foot controlled, with little cables. They're duck hunting boats, right?
Yeah.
But they have a live well in front. Do you guys know what I'm talking about at all?
Yeah,
I do. Yeah.
They were made in South Carolina.
Mhm.
I don't even know if they're made anymore. But anyway, I have two of them. I have tried to fish out of those little fuckers.
No, they suck
Dude,
for that.
I don't know how y'all sit down in those kayaks and.
But you get a good kayak and you can stand up and turn circles and jump and jumping jacks and dance.
Yeah, you had to sit down.
You got to get a good kayak, but you can. My fat ass can do somersaults in my kayak.
You definitely sit down a lot, right? But you can still, like, a month and a half ago, I was sight fishing bedding fish standing up
Okay.
in the kayak and
I didn't-
hook setting and catching them.
I didn't know that. Okay,
Yeah.
so fair enough.
Yeah.
When I did it, I tried to do all sit down fishing, and it was just I was miserable. I can't believe it. This is terrible.
Your
I
duck
will
hunting would
say-
be much better out of a kayak that you could stand in too.
But also like there is a lot of sitting. Like anybody who says they stand prime, they're fucking lying. You're mostly sitting, and it is comfortable. I like it. You know what's great about it is when I rip a fart, and then when I look at the footage later, all I can hear is. It's like the best thing ever.
You see the little waves.
Yeah. All right, Paul, did I cover them all before we get to the last one?
We got them.
All right, Chris, this is it.
What?
This is the most important question.
Okay, hit me.
For the whole night.
Every great angler loves a sandwich. What are your top 3 sandwich proteins on the water?
Pork, number 1, because it's fucking cheap as shit.
Okay.
I'll do bologna second
All right.
Mhm.
because
Love
it's
a good
also
bologna.
cheap, but
Yeah.
not.
Tastes good as fuck.
It's not. Yeah, it's not quite as good as pork, but it's cheap.
From
And
the
then
tits to the
the
clips.
3 porking is just straight bacon, dude. Just
Oh, love
man.
it.
just put me some bacon on.
Oh, man, I love
That's
it. It's wonderful.
I love protein. I love meat.
Yeah. Look,
All right,
pork,
everybody.
bacon,
Well-
bologna sandwich. Just put all 3 on there.
Put them all on there.
Now I'm
All
hungry.
right, Chris. Hang out for a minute, because here's how it's gonna work. Chris, hang out for a minute. We've got a lot to talk about, even if you hear music. But for the fans of the show, we
He's
actually
about
have
to
big
end the
news.
show, Chris. He's about to